Hey everyone, it's Natch here doing another review for games and how getting 100% by completing the trophy list can help for your mental fitness. Please keep in mind that everything here is just my opinion based on my own life experiences. There are some professional studies that would suggest I'm on the right track, but for now, I'm here to just spread the word and help people look at gaming as more than just entertainment. So with that, let's jump right in. Today I'm going over Team Sonic Racing, TSR for short, developed by Sumo Digital, released in 2019. Most of TSR can be done in single player, but it also has a multiplayer feature that will be required to obtain certain trophies, so an internet connection is required. Heading into the game, I had little expectations since I hadn't played any of the prior games in the racing series, but I am familiar with the regular series, the regular Sonic series, which tends to lean more on the harder difficulty. I didn't watch the trailer either and just assumed that I was going to be playing something like Mario Kart. Well, having now completed it, I can say TSR exceeded my expectations and was a lot of fun to play, although a bit frustrating at times, for sure. Okay, so before we get into the fun stuff, some of you might be asking, is this appropriate for kids to play? In short, yes it is. But let's take an organic look at it anyways. The ESRB rating for TSR is E for everyone. I definitely agree with that. You know, I rarely agree and usually criticize ESRB for its hypocrisy and narrow viewpoints when it comes to games, so when we do agree, you can rest assured it's good. Alright, so now you may be wondering, well, just how long will this take to get 100%? Well, to be honest, a lot of that will depend on the skill set of the player. For me, I expected TSR would take me under 21 hours to get 100%. I went just a little bit over that, so in my opinion, it would take anyone at least 18 hours to do. I would caution though that since certain trophies require online multiplayer, it will become harder, if not impossible, to earn 100% in the future as less people play or if the servers shut down. The next biggest factor is skill when playing the campaign. To my knowledge, there are no cheats or glitches that can help you reduce the completion time. The last factor to determine how long this will take to get 100% is looking at the trophy list difficulty itself. Even with guides and walkthroughs, which I always suggest using if you can, I'd say TSR's trophy list is above average. If you'd like to see the guides I use, they will be in the video description below. Keep in mind that it is possible to boost online multiplayer trophies, which I always find helpful. In this case, I would definitely recommend doing that compared to waiting to find a random game lobby just because how old the game is. Okay, so now the fun stuff. As you know, the whole point of my channel is to help educate and promote gaming for mental fitness. I truly believe you can improve so many mental abilities by earning 100% in a game rather than only playing the game for fun. For TSR, I'd say its trophy list mostly improves critical thinking. And look, critical thinking is so important to your own success, whether that be in school or work. It's the ability to assess problems to decide your solution, essentially a combination of mental reflex and problem solving. Think of it as playing competitive chess, with time limits. The way pieces move doesn't change, but which piece you do move depends on what's available and the likelihood it will help you win. And since there are so many variables with each move, being able to evaluate the situation and make a good move as fast as you can greatly improve your chance of winning. So being able to strengthen your brain's ability to analyze and react to changing conditions in real time by playing a game is a great way to do mental fitness. The trophy that best reflects critical thinking here, in my opinion, is Can You Feel the Sunshine, which requires you to earn every star in the campaign. To do this, you basically have to get the best scores in every race, which includes getting first place in a normal race, and that your team places first overall. And earning the top score in each race type, where you have to collect rings, score points, or destroy targets in a certain time limit. So there's a lot to do. Each star you must earn creates a unique problem and how to best solve it as well. Although coming in first is generally pretty easy, making sure your entire team finishes high enough so that it places first is another, or how you collect rings and score points under a certain time limit gets done. There are just so many strategies you can use to do it, but there will always be variables that force you to change that strategy. What's interesting is that it wasn't until the later stages of this game where I learned that I was making it harder on myself than it needed to be. Basically, when I stopped looking at the stages where I needed to collect rings, score points, or destroy targets as an actual race, it became much easier to figure out what to do. And I know that might not sound like a lot of sense, but if you watch the gameplay footage, you'll see what I mean. And once I worked smarter instead of harder, completing the game became much easier. It's here that I think this is also a great game for providing that kind of teachable moment, working smarter, not harder. And before we call it a wrap here, let's talk a little bit about improvements. When I think about trophies that would have reflected TSR and have been helpful for mental fitness, time trials for each type of racer comes to mind, without a doubt. This race type is built in the game but was not really utilized, let alone for the 3 racer types. I felt this was a really big lost opportunity. Also, requiring that certain stages be beaten by the different racer types would have been great to see as well. Last thing is, I would have liked to see more item-specific related trophies, or ones that would require you to place first when you were entering the last lap of a race. And okay, that's a wrap. I can say TSR exceeded my expectations and was a lot of fun to play. I would highly recommend playing it if you're looking to build critical thinking. And if you have any questions about this game or mental fitness, or just want to share your experience with it, feel free to leave a comment or message me. I will do my best to answer any questions in a reasonable time. Alright everyone, that's another review in the bag. If you want to watch me play live and even join in on my multiplayer games, follow me on Twitch. If you'd like to hear more about mental fitness, my game previews, and initial impressions, then go on over and follow my Instagram. If you'd like to help choose what game I should play next or guess how long the next game will take, you can do that on Twitter. That's where I do my polls, so keep a lookout there. And finally, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next video.